We want to understand things in the terms of words and knowledge and information. So that's pretty normal. I think that's a natural thing to do to some extent. But when we start to think that all of our knowledge comes from information alone, from the things that we read, the things that we're told, we're building up that knowledge bank. The knowledge bank is building. But there's this other bank down here that I like to call application. So if this bank isn't also building with the knowledge, then we're not really accomplishing too much. And even at a certain point, the knowledge can become toxic because now we're confused. Now we find ourselves going from one religion to another or something like that. Oscillating in different extremes because we're not applying. And applying is the wisdom. So a lot of people have said that wisdom is the application of the knowledge. And that's what the Academy is about. That's actually what everything that I do is about, is helping people cross the divide between theory and actually interjecting it into their lives so that they can actualize in the way that they want to. But in old Native American traditions and in Native Chinese traditions, there were certain things that you just don't talk about. There was just no point in their mind. But what did they do instead? They focused on the feeling. It was the feeling of God in connection to source and spirit that was valued. So in some Native traditions, two people would go off and they wouldn't say a word. And the way that they proceeded, they were able to connect and feel all of the things that I'm teaching as far as connecting to the present moment, expanding the present moment, rooting into the present moment so that you can make the choices when you need to make the choices so that the thought patterns serve you, so that your mind is serving you in all aspects of the day, in all aspects of your life. Sometimes these traditions would use hallucinogens because some people were just so fixed in their reality. They were just so tightly clinging to their cup that in those traditions, they jolted them out of it. They're like, here, take some really heavy hallucinogen and then tell me what you think is real. And then afterwards, they're like, wow, okay, I'm ready to learn more. So I've been giving these stories about, these times that I have connected to source the most. Of course, in that moment when you feel like you're about to die, that is definitely a deep connection to source. You have no choice at that moment but to completely surrender. And when you completely surrender, what happens? You connect to source. That's how we do it. We just allow. We just open. We become the receptor. And we just open up to all that is. Because remember, all of the possibilities are always there. But sometimes when we're so caught up in our cycles and our ways of thinking and the ways that we're manifesting into reality, it makes it really difficult to see because we're not aware, we're not tuned in, we're not conscious. So there are times maybe when a Jehovah's Witness would come to my door. And I'm okay, come on in. I'm never going to be rude. I'm not going to slam the door on somebody just because maybe they have a belief system that I don't share. That's okay. That's fine. Come on in. Have a seat. Can I get you a drink? If they're Mormons, I don't offer them coffee or anything caffeinated. That's okay. So the Jehovah's Witness would sit down and see my giant Buddha painting on the wall and maybe be like, But that's okay. That's all right. We can talk. We can chat. But the thing is, I don't want to know about the books and I don't want to know about the magazines. That's fine. That's full of words that you find encouraging. Bravo. Tell me when you felt God. Tell me when you were most connected to Jehovah. Give me that. I want to know more about that. Let's talk about these experiences of you being completely immersed in the Almighty.